Welcome to Management 2383 Micro-Organizational Behavior. My name is Greg Thompson, and I'll be guiding you for the next 6 weeks. I appreciate that it's the summertime, and I appreciate that a lot of you are probably home working, but I do hope that you have an enjoyable experience with this course. As a matter of fact, ironically, I've been teaching this course since 2006. I do have a funny story about how I ended up teaching. I actually have an MBA or Master's of Business Administration from St. Mary's here. I graduated in 2004. When I did my Master's, my thesis advisor, Dr. Kevin Calloway, he was the department head of management, and I mentioned to him as we were working on that thesis that I always thought it would be interesting to teach a course. And he sort of probed me as to why, and I had mentioned that I worked in the hotel industry for a number of years, and I did a lot of corporate training, and I just thought it would be interesting to transfer corporate facilitation into the classroom setting. So as a consequence of that, the last week of August of 2006, Kevin gave me a call and said, "Remember when you said you wanted to teach?" And I said, "Yes." I had somebody drop out, and the course starts in 10 days. It's called Organizational Behavior. Will you do it? And without even thinking, I said yes. And the journey has since begun. I've taught for St. Mary's about 25 courses so far, give or take a couple. And I've certainly learned a lot. I've tried to adjust my learning style to make sure that when you leave this course, you leave with some skills that are transferable. Module 0, the point that we're here for this particular section is to teach you how the technology works. So you're going to practice things. This Module 0 has no marks associated with it. It's for you to practice the various tools that you will use in this course. So the first tool I'm going to show you, and I have a few things with me. This is the textbook that you will be using. This is McShane's Canadian Organizational Behavior 8th edition. The St. Mary's Bookstore has this if you're in Halifax. If not, this is a very widely used book. You can get this online. You can also, if there's a university near to where you live, you may want to touch base with them and see if you can get it at their bookstore. I really like this book. It's a very, very easy read. So you will become familiar with this book. Very straightforward. It's a valuable resource. Some other things that you need to think about for this module is I want you to do a couple things to practice. There's a multiple choice quiz. So I just want you to get used to how quizzes work. So there's roughly 10 questions, should take you all of 5 minutes. All of the content from that is, a lot is from the syllabus, which is on Blackboard, or some general questions. The next thing that you'll be doing is an introductory video of yourself. And that's so we can get to know each other. So the best way for you to do that would be to create an account on YouTube and upload the link to YouTube. The nice thing about that, which is better than a traditional class, is the fact that if you don't like your video, you can delete it and do it again. So you can do it until you're comfortable with it. So you could appreciate, I might have done more than one take on this video you're watching now. I'm not sure. I'm sure by the time we get through this, there will be multiple takes. And the last thing that you'll do, other than your introductory video, you will also make discussion board posts. So for every module that we do, and there's 4 modules covering 2 chapters each, there will be a lot of discussion board posts on topics, on cases, on anything that I think is relevant. So I want you to practice making posts and reading them to see how they work. So module 1, there's not a lot of pressure. This is your chance to work with the technology. So I need you to take an hour, go through it, and do your best, because it's better that you figure it out before you have to do assignments that are worth marks. I almost forgot to tell you the most exciting part. You have a lot of assignments due this term. You actually have some oral learning journals. So you'll need to upload those to YouTube. In total, you actually have 4 of them to do, so you'll certainly get used to that skill. The more important thing that you have to do is you have cases. So you have an individual case and a group case. So you'll need to focus on a business problem and how to fix it. For the group case, I just want to go through some of the logistics for you to make it more straightforward. So with that group case, in the discussion boards, I will actually break the class into groups of 4 or 5 people. There will be a discussion board for your group. So the only people who have access to that discussion board will be the 4 or 5 people in your group, and it's just a place where you can exchange ideas and thoughts, so you can actually meet on there to either coordinate to meet via Skype if you want to do it face-to-face, or you can use that to go back and forth with your discussion. So when you get to that group case, it's important that you know that those tools are there, and the group case is called Hickling and Associates. So it's on Blackboard, you can read it, you should start to think about it. Also appreciate that the group case is due at the end of the term, so it will encompass all of the theories for all 4 learning modules. So it's a big case, but I know you're up to the challenge, and just remember that because this is an online course, you don't necessarily have to meet face-to-face with your group mates. You can do it through the tools in Blackboard.